I called to ask about my student loans, and the girl who was talking me through it all, so helpful. But she just casually mentioned a point. Do you want to know how much your daily interest is? I've never thought about it that way. So I was like, sure, tell me how much my daily interest is. $30 a day. $30 a day. So I could pay $1,000 a month, and only 10% of that is going towards my principal. And there is no option for me, according to her, to pay like each payment, do like part of the principal, part of the interest. No, it all goes towards interest until you have no interest left, which will basically never happen as I'm accruing $30 a day. Doesn't take a day off, no holidays.
I got a little bit of a problem. I have a little bit of problem with what seems to be the new trend on social media. And that new trend on social media is for younger people to make TikToks and videos complaining about the loans that they took out and complaining about the interest rates of the loans that they took out. And I'm here to tell you, it's all BS. I wish I could just say the word that Trump always says, but it's complete malarkey. Oh my God, that sounds like Biden. I'll stick with BS. There is no such thing as predatory lending. Let's just stop right there. That's another word made up by the libnuts. Predatory, if you're walking through someplace and a lion's coming after you, the lion's coming after you and you just are there. You had nothing to do with it, and the lion wants to eat you. That's a prey. You're a falcon, or you're an eagle or an osprey, and you see a little bunny rabbit. Oh, it takes you and eats you. That's a prey. A loan is a document that you willingly sign your name to, and everything about that loan is covered in the documentation. Here's my repayment terms. Here's what your monthly payment is. Here's what your interest rate is. And then it's incumbent upon you to go look up an amortization table, which is the easiest thing to find online. So when people say, hey, I got a loan and they took advantage of me, no, you agreed to a deal. You said, hey, listen, if you could pay for my sorry-ass college, I will go ahead and borrow this money. And somebody said, okay, I'll give you X amount of dollars so you can go to sorry-ass college, but when you get done, you're going to have to pay me. There's no usury. I'm sick of hearing people say that, because at that point, whatever deal you make and you sign your name to it, that's on you. And if you're saying you were too stupid, then it's on your parents. There's no way out of it. You're talking to somebody who has signed his name to tens of millions of dollars of loans. Every single loan that I ever got, every single mortgage had a promissory note to it. And that promissory note said, you're going to pay us this much every single month, and here's the interest rate we're going to charge you. There were no hidden clauses. Nothing in there was hidden. I would read and show it to Rob and say, here's the offer. Here's what they're offering us right now. We're going to buy this property. Okay. Does it make sense to take out this loan? Okay, let's do it. Nobody twisted my arm. Nobody put a gun to my head. Nothing. I and Robin decided we're going to take this loan. And then you have to live up to the terms of the loan. Otherwise, there's a retribution. If you don't do it, they will foreclose on you. They will do whatever they need to do to collect. And so luckily these kids in college who are taking out these stupid student loans on colleges that don't help them are learning the hard way what business is really like. And they're saying, it's not fair. I shouldn't have to pay it. Guess what? You agreed to it. So let's listen to some of these kids whine and moan.
Loans that I've been paying $1,500 a month for 2 years have a 17% interest rate. So what I thought
That's her first mistake. She's been paying $1,500 a month on a loan, a student loan, that was 17%. If her loan is at 17%, there's two things. One, she agreed to it. And two, either mom and dad or she had shitty credit. in any event, nobody said, take this loan or blow your head off. No, it sounded good. You didn't cry when you got the money. You didn't cry when you signed it. But now you're crying going, oh my God, I got to repay it. I don't understand it. I'm just a college kid. Why should I have to be paying $1,500 a month?
Been paying off for all this time. I'm actually, I owe more than what I started off with.
Yeah, that's called an amortization table, honey. Anybody can explain it to you. In fact, your parents should have showed you. You got a car? You're going to put down X amount of dollars on that car, and then over the course of that 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever years you take, you're going to pay a lot more money for the car than you did for the price of the car. That's how it works. Have any of these people ever been to New York City? Have they not seen the debt clock? Do they understand how the Federal Reserve and why President Trump is all pissed off at Jerome Powell? Hey, can you lower the interest rates? It's like these people have lived in a time warp. They have no clue. And there's so many people on X and TikTok who are like, that sucks, man. Oh, that really sucks.
So, Jeff Bezos, this would be a really cool fucking time to Venmo me, bro. I owe $90,000. And
Jeff Bezos, pay my loan. Maybe mom and dad aren't in the picture. Can you Venmo me some money? I'm $90,000 in the hole. Jeez. I feel for her. She just got smacked upside the head with reality. Reality can be an MFer. You see, the entire time you were at college and having fun and going to tailgates and frat parties and doing what kids do, it never dawned on you that ride was going to come to an abrupt halt. And when that ride came to an abrupt halt, someone's got to knock on the door and say, pay me. You're like, what do you mean? Pay me. You know that loan you took out 4 years ago? It said you were going to pay me when you got out of school? Guess what? You're out of school. You need to pay me. See, the problem with these kids is they didn't know that there was a due date. They lived their entire 4 years in college, 5 years, however long they were there, and didn't realize there was a due date. And now all of a sudden, you expect me to pay? Yeah. Yes. It's our money. And that's why I don't have any sympathy for the people on X who are talking about this, because I and you paid for her tears. She owes you money. Now I feel bad for her. I'd give her a little tap on the shoulder and say, it's going to be okay, honey. It's going to be okay. I'll take a check. Pay me. Pay America. Pay it back. You took it. You took it out. Your college obviously didn't provide you with a vocation that's allowing you to make the money. That's not my fault. My part of the obligation and everything that I did was to give you money. Yes, you gave her the money. Now, unless you guys want to send a letter to the government and say, listen, can you take my share off of Honey's loan? Yeah, it's okay. She's upset. No.
I didn't even spend that much on school. Any rich person, please tap in. Kourtney Kardashian, you probably have 8 houses. I'm never going to be able to buy one because I went to college.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh at anybody's misery. That statement in itself should be on a billboard in Times Square. I'm never going to be able to buy a house because I went to college. See, that's the problem. They went to college. And they had no idea what the job market was going to be like 4 years away. And she probably took some major that has no application and no marketability at this point. That's her problem. Not my problem. Why don't you go yell at the school for not giving you something that you paid for. You know, most of us, if we go buy a shirt or we buy a watch or something, and the product that we buy sucks, we can bring it back. Why is there no ability for people to go, excuse me, I spent $90,000 here. I spent 4 years of my life here, and it wasn't worth poop. You need to pay me back. Why are these kids not going back to the college and saying, your product was crap. Nobody's hiring me. There's no market for the stuff that you taught me. What do? I'm $90,000 in debt. Oh, sorry, Shirley. That's how it goes.
Signed up to be an egg donor. Guess what? Got approved. Who wants my fucking kids? I can't afford them.
Please. Oh my God, she's an egg donor. Who wants my kids? I hope this video gets attached to her profile, so everybody knows at this point, hey, this is your future surrogate mother baby egg or whatever. Because, wow. Ooh, sorry. Don't mean to cause you a lot of problems, but damn.
So start a bidding more. Just fucking take them. What do you want? My left arm too? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Somebody just told me that MAGA doesn't have student loans. And I wanted to be like, duh, sweetie, we know. We know that MAGA doesn't have student loans. MAGA doesn't go to school. They don't see.
Oh gosh. When I see my grandson and I see the kids he's around, I'm like, thank God, there is hope for the youth yet. Maybe not this group enlarged that I don't know what's happened to them. It makes absolutely no sense. Can't pay your bills and you're mad at MAGA. How is it MAGA's fault?
Higher education. They don't seek out higher levels of critical thinking skills and analysis and research capability.
I can research an amortization table. I can do that. I can research a loan repayment schedule. How about that? I know what interest rates are. Oh my gosh. No wonder these people can't pay back their their loans. And God bless them that they won't get mortgages because, you know, a couple years down the road, hey, nobody told me I actually have to pay for this place that I live in.
They don't. Of course they wouldn't have student loans if they're MAGA. Duh, right?
They tell us to stop.
Oh, that's gonna work. Insult the people who paid for you. Insult the people who allowed you to go to college. Insult the hard-working Americans who went to school every day, went to work every day to give money to you to go to college for you to denigrate the hand that feeds you. It is beyond comprehension to me that these people can even get out there and say this kind of stuff. Now, this next guy, I had a real problem with him. I'm going to have to expose this, bro.
Beaten out and rents $2,000 a month. Oh, save for retirement, and yet you can barely save for next week. Go buy a house. Yep, every house is $500,000, brother. I'm not asking for a hand.
No, hey brother, I'm in real estate. I can tell you. I put up on my X profile today after I saw this particular video, and I just went, you know what? Here we are in expensive South Florida, very expensive here in South Florida. So I put up this post just to show, bruh, man, where is it? Okay, let me pull it up here. Wait 1 second. All right, I posted this earlier. And I said, you can buy this townhouse in Broward County for under $150,000. Can we please stop with the BS that people can't buy homes? And if you clicked on this thing, it'll take you to, I think this is realtor.com. Yeah, it's realtor.com. And here it is. Let me shrink the screens. Shrink it so you guys can see it. Here in our backyard is a house. Actually, this is a townhouse. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath for 750 square feet, and it's for $124,000. That's down here in South Florida. The estimated monthly payment would be $1,437 a month, which, by all stretch of the imagination, should be affordable for somebody, 2 people, maybe a couple, maybe a guy and his roommate, $1,400. And before you say this is like, oh, that's got to be a shit house or something, here are some of the pictures. Let me show you. There's picture 1. It's a townhouse. That's the lobby. There's a kitchen. Let me make sure you can see that. There's the kitchen. Look, nice kitchen. Bathroom. Different angle of the bathroom. It's got a double washer and dryer. That's the backyard. 3D. But that's it. So, what do you mean every house is $400,000 or $500,000? I'll tell you what he means. Because he doesn't want to live in this 1.5 townhouse. You see, these kids have, as I said the other day, champagne tastes with beer budgets. Many of you, because I saw some of the comments on my post, many of you said, wait a second, you know where I lived when I was 22 and 23? Do you know where? I'll tell you where I lived when I was 22 and 23. I was a single man training for football, and my roommate was training for football as well. He was going to go play in the CFL. I had designs on playing in the USFL, and our apartment in Hartford, Connecticut was a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom junker, and the 2 of us bounced at night and paid our rent. I don't know what it was back then, but probably whatever it was, we did fine. It wasn't where we planned on living forever, but we lived there. When Robin and I got married, the very first place that we lived was a beach condo in Murrells Inlet. Didn't plan on staying there the rest of our lives, but it's like, this is why they call them starter homes. What's this kid want?
Out, man. We're asking for a freaking fair shot at life. Our parents did not work harder than we work right now.
I'd love to talk to your parents. I would love to talk to your parents after you just said our parents didn't work harder than we do right now. I know my fanfare community here probably went, ha! What? What are you assuming? I tell you what we weren't doing. We weren't making videos sitting in our cars. We didn't have that kind of time. When I got married, I worked 3 jobs. I had a job that I worked at as my full-time job, and then I had a part-time job, and then on the weekends I was bouncing in a nightclub. 'Cause I had her to take care of, and myself to take care of. And we had bills, and we needed food. And so when these idiots sit around and go, our parents didn't work this hard. And my father worked harder than I did.
They were simply just given a better chance. Their wages covered their lives, their bills, their hobbies, their passions. Our wages barely cover our freaking bills for the month, dude. No amount of budgeting can ever fix a system designed to keep us down. We're doing the best that we can, and yet it feels like the outcome has already been decided.
His is. I can say that much. His outcome's already been decided. Completely been decided. If you don't understand how and what to do and how to, no amount of budgeting is ever going to make it work. Well, guess what? That tells you you need to get a second job. That means you might have to get a 3rd job. You might need to work like a Jamaican. And I'm Jamaican, so I can say that. I'm not Jamaican. I'm a Jamaican heritage. My dad was Jamaican. And I've watched people from other countries come up here, and they work all day and night. I've told you the story about our lawn guy. I've told you these stories about how I've simply watched people go from one lawnmower to getting a van and a big old truck, and they put the money back in. Don't tell me you work harder than your parents. That's embarrassing. That's absolutely embarrassing. It's an insult to people who actually have had to work for a living. I can't feel sorry for people like that, because he kept saying they were given. Our parents were given an opportunity. Our parents were given this and that. Man, I don't know your parents, but I would say if you talk to them, they're probably going to say, I wasn't given anything. I worked my ass off to make you a miserable you-know-what sitting in that car that somebody's paying for, with the camera or the phone that somebody's paying for. We didn't have cell phones. We barely had cars. We had trucks. Makes me ill.